when you get to the place where you feel emotionally safe to open up to him, mentally safe to give your points of view, have conversation with him, now that's the best time to start getting undressed. You see, that's another level of vulnerability. If you get undressed too soon, then what happens is he has sex with you. Always after sex, men's testosterone levels go down. And if he doesn't have a full bonding with you in the heart and in the mind, what happens is he doesn't have any connection with you. It's like he pulls away, and a part of it, he's disgusted by you. Now, they don't always admit this. They talk about guys, suddenly your toes look too big. Or, it's like he notices what's wrong with you because you had sex too soon. Now, I saw a cartoon that once said, is it really true that if you have sex too soon that a man won't like you? And the answer is, well, he won't like you as much, but he'll like himself more. So he learns to like you more than he likes himself more, because if he gets to do something that makes you feel good. So here's another one. Men are for their ego, which in our society erroneously says everybody's having sex. People are having much less sex than ever before. But he feels for his ego as a man, I should be able to get a woman to have sex with me. So that's a big, big ego thing. And not a bad thing. It's because men have always, if you're an alpha man, women want to have sex with you. That's just the reality of history. And, when the soldiers came back from war and World War II, women all wanted to have sex with them. They're kissing them and hugging them and going to bed with them. Because why? Because here's a man protecting me. I feel safe in his presence. Estrogen levels go up and she's now in the mood to have sex. So if you're having sex just to make sure you keep him, or just to please him, or just because you're addicted to clitoral stimulation, he's your vibrator, that's the wrong time. It should be because you feel really safe with him. Your heart is open. He's been pursuing you. And a part of you really wants to have sex with him because you want to have sex with him. And it's not just that addiction. Because once you start using clitoral stimulation, which, by the way, clitoral stimulation produces testosterone, male hormones, and vaginal stimulation, breast stimulation, kissing all stimulates estrogen. So you only want to get to the clitoris after you've got a lot of estrogen and testosterone starting to come up, and then get right into the vagina. You don't want to just be always dependent. Sometimes for fun, you do what you want to do in sex, but really the clitoris is dangerous. First of all, if there's no clitoral stimulation, often then women don't want to have sex. They're just accommodating their partner. What happens biologically for a woman as her estrogen levels naturally rise due to estrogen stimulation, where you feel someone is there for you, they're caring for you, you're important to them. And that's why monogamy is so, so important. You're number one. Okay, that has to be there in my mind. Now you've been there. That's going to bring your estrogen to higher levels. Rather than, the woman on her male side, she's producing male hormones, which says, I want to have sex. Okay, that's your male side wanting sex. And usually it's very clitoral stimulation. As opposed to, if you look at the natural estrogen procedure of being able to make a baby, which is what sex is all about, your estrogen level goes really high. And then around a day or two before ovulation, just biologically, what will happen is your body releases a hormone in the brain, luteinizing hormone, and then it goes down to your adrenal gland and produces testosterone. And testosterone makes you want to have sex like a man wants to have sex. So you need to have estrogen levels go high, then you want to have sex, because you've got all this feminine energy that says, I want to be penetrated. Okay, so that's one dynamic. Another one is women just on their male side who just want clitoral stimulation. Okay, that's addictive. That's because you're making testosterone, and just testosterone without the estrogen. So that's a problem with it, even though it feels good. Eating ice cream for me feels good, but it's not good for me to do that often. Just because things feel good doesn't mean it's good for your health, your well-being, and certainly not for your hormonal imbalance. This morning, I did an hour of exercise, and it doesn't feel good. It's hard. I'm fasting now for 3 days. I'd rather eat, okay? But I do this once a month, so my testosterone stays high. I don't have the same energy level I would have. So exercise was like, gee, I don't want to do this. And I stopped in the middle and said, well, let me rest for a little while, and then I'll come back to it. But it was hard. It was difficult. It was overcoming a challenge, and that makes a man's testosterone surge. Makes me feel great because I am masculine. Those are the male hormones. But I have a woman I care about. That raises my estrogen. So if you look at the men on averages, now I'm not the average because I have this knowledge, but on average, Every year, a man's testosterone level goes down 1%. This is our culture we live in. And particularly with the with all of the plastics and the pesticides and the GMOs, these are all called hormone disruptors. It makes women more masculine. It makes men more feminine. It lowers his testosterone and contributes to a woman's estrogen going too low. So those are factors that you can't do a whole lot about. Okay, you can do something about it, but you can't do a whole lot about it. You can also cleanse, like I do, detoxify these poisons in the body. That's a good thing. But most important is sex. Okay, so and all the things I'm talking about, male Mars Venus. Sex, when you get to that place where your body really wants to be penetrated, that's when you have sex with a man. Before that, you can kiss, you can touch, first base, second base, but you've got to stop it. Now, if you stop it, a man could reject you. You know, he feels vulnerable and he feels rejected. He's already on his female side, so he's going to feel rejected. So you got to be real careful with his ego at that time. He still could be a great partner, but you have to know there's realities you have to deal with here. And sex is the only time where a man is fully vulnerable is when he has an erection. Okay, he has no ability to defend himself. Any negative message you give him at that time is tough for him. And you get a reactivity where he will withdraw and pout and that all. He's going to his female side when he's aroused. Okay, so he's going to be like a girl who gets her feelings hurt easily. And that's the only time when he's on his female side that he can have his feelings hurt. So he's aroused, he's turned on, and you're enjoying that. He's enjoying that. You should have no goal other than wait. How do you stop it without offending him, hurting his feelings? Okay. You just simply say, I like to go slow. This feels so good, and I don't want to go any further because I'll go out of control. Well, good, go out of control. No, I've learned from history, I need to go slow. I'm more traditional. I just need to go slow. Well, why? One answer is enough. I just need to go slow. And then I know I'm going to love it. And already I know my body's going to love it, but I need to take some time. And then I'll really, really love it. So you just let them off the hook, because you can say, oh, yes, I want to have sex with you too, but I have to go slow because my tendency is to get too needy. If you want to go more details, after I have sex, I get a little needy. I don't want that. I'll let you know the right time. I'll let you know. So that's another key thing, even for married couples. You know, I say to my wife, do you want to have sex? And she says, not really. I've got this to do, this to do, this to do. That's a terrible message. But you can say, do you want to have sex? She says, I always want to have sex with you. It's just I have to do these other things. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Now you can get ready. You have this anticipation. I'll let you know. He's going to be fine with that as long as he knows you want to have sex. Okay, just tell him, I always want to have sex with you, John. I just need to, do all these things first, and I'll let you know when. And that could be next week. He could say again, is this the time? No, I'll let you know. I'm getting there. You need to get positive messages that he won't interpret as rejection. And so what would happen, I didn't know that one skill. So I'd write a book for a month. I could write a book in a month, but it's like 18 hours a day. I'm in front of the computer. She's neglected for a month up in that house. How's she going to have any estrogen? It's going to take her time. So I come up and I've just saved the world. I feel like I'm coming into a huge arena and everybody's cheering for me. That last 5 pages, I'm in ecstasy. I did this whole thing. It's going to be over now and I'm done. So I'm feeling my testosterone is so high. And she's neglected all this time. Her estrogen's so low. And I want to go have sex with her. And when do you want to have sex? She says, I don't know. I just need more romance. Okay. One time she said, we need to get reacquainted. I mean, what do you mean I'm your husband? Okay. So all that aside, solved the problem. When I said, do you want to have sex? When I have sex, she says, John, I always want to have sex with you. I just need a little more estrogen to enjoy it. See, this is such great knowledge, understanding. I need more of my female hormones to fully enjoy it. I'll let you know. But that last part about I'll let you know would make me angry, okay? Because I'm sitting here waiting, not knowing, is it time? It's humiliating for a man. So many men, when they're married to women, trying to convince them to have sex. To have your partner want to have sex with you is the greatest gift. And you can put it off if you just say, oh, part of me really wants to have sex with you, but I need to go slow. Now he's off the hook. Yeah, she wants to have sex with me. I'm quite the guy. So these are encouraging messages whenever possible.